Coach, ready when you are.
Yeah, just so happy for, everybody involved with the program, especially, more than anything, the players, because they're the ones that do all the work. They're the ones that win the games. And so happy that, they're going to finish this season in Omaha. I don't know. Just means a lot.
For any of you, I'm just curious what it means to you to see your coach like that, and just kind of what's this moment like for y'all.
I mean, it's cool. We want to win a natty, bad for him. He deserves it. So yeah, we'll give it all we got in Omaha for him, for sure.
There's a lot of work that goes into this. It's not just a spring and summer thing. It's a year-long thing. You sacrifice a lot of time with family. Maybe some other things you'd rather be doing, but all the coaches, Coach Van Horn, they're always there for us. Yeah.
Yeah, it means a lot. This group of guys, support staff, everyone here, they put in a lot of work behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. And to be able to do this and, reach one of our goals, it means a lot.
Logan, AJ Russell was just in here saying he thought on the Grand Slam that it was just going to be a fly out. I'm curious what your perspective was. Did you think you got enough on it?
I thought the same thing.
But it wasn't.
When did you realize that? I mean, it had a chance to get out.
When it went over the fence. I kind of blacked out as soon as it went over the fence, too, so I don't really remember much.
Charles, walk us through the at-bat against Doyle with the home run. It seemed like that really kind of gave you guys the spark before the offense kind of woke up.
Yeah, I mean, I think he went Slaughter, then like another ball, and then Mount visit, I'm pretty sure. So I knew I was going to get a heater. I mean, 2-0, that was upper nines. I mean, I knew I kind of sold out to it, to be honest. So if you would threw anything else, probably would have looked kind of foolish, but I got a heater, so.
For any of you guys, all of you maybe if you want to take it, there's a lot of pressure that comes with wearing the Arkansas jersey. It seems like Omaha's almost the expectation every year. Just can you feel that pressure during the regular season, and does it make this moment maybe even more gratifying than you imagined, or what is it like when you kind of live up to that pressure?
I mean, when you have a group of guys like we do, I don't think there's a lot of pressure. When you have a lot of really good kids who really enjoy being around each other, sacrifice a lot with each other, putting a lot of time with each other, I don't know if there's really any pressure. It's playing a game we love, and we all have perspective about it. In 20 years, you don't want to look back and be like, oh, I was timid. I was soft. You want to go out there and sell out.
Yeah, you couldn't have said that better.
For all three of you guys, can you take me through that moment where you're walking up the stairs onto the concourse and just that long line of the handshake line?
We're going to Omaha!
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we said.
Yeah, that was awesome. These fans, the fans that come to the game, they give a lot to us. I mean, they cheered from day one, so it was good to give back to them a bit.
The way how that started, anybody just go? Or?
I think it was,
he started.
Yeah, Loy. So he's kind of.
We were supposed to just go on the field, and I think he just took it up the stairs, and we just followed him.
We just kept running. I was losing energy, but we just kept going.
You're still.
And someone threw a fish stuffed animal, and guys spilled a little beer on us. It was awesome. We went out to the hog pen, and everyone had their shirts off. It was awesome. That was so good. And then Steel Leaves jumped in the freaking pond. It was so cool.
Oh, country boy, you're not scared of them.
Logan, I feel like I think you fell behind 0-2. What was your mindset after falling behind 0-2, and then the pitch you got, how that at-bat played out?
Yeah, I know he had a good heater, a lot of carry, kind of plays up, and I swung through the first two fastballs, and then he went off speed. So I kind of figured he was going to go back to it, and he made a good pitch, and I just put the bat on the ball and competed.
Charles, they walked you to load the bases for Vahiva, which I don't know if you see that every day, but Tony was very complimentary of you. I just wondered what that meant to you. Maybe they're walking me to get to the SEC Player of the Year.
I mean, yeah, he's a great coach. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to discredit him or whatever, but I don't think it was ever a good decision to walk me. I guess to get to probably the front runner for Golden Spikes Award. So But that was, I mean, the pitcher got him to 2 strikes, and then I think he just backed up a slide. I hit him, but yeah, that's what's so good about this lineup. I mean, you make a couple mixtape, and then that was then and Maxwell went grand slam, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah.
Yeah, for any of you guys, Logan, if you want to start. Last week it was a lot of the scoring came on singles and doubles, not so much the long ball. This weekend it was the long ball. Was there a change in the approach this weekend? Kind of, when did you guys realize that the long ball would be the trick this weekend?
Yeah, there wasn't really a change in our approach. We still wanted to be aggressive. We just played on a weekend where the ball was kind of flying, and we got the ball in the air a couple of times, and the ball kind of carried.
The ball just went out of the park. It was awesome. It was awesome.
For any of you guys, all 3 of you here, your power numbers really went to a different level this season. Can any of you kind of put some words to that development and how coming to Arkansas specifically this year helped you guys take the next step?
Yeah, I mean, our strength coach, Coach Bell, you got to give him credit. I mean, he's psycho, but he's got his job. And then you got, Coach Ben, who's our nutritionist. I mean, there's just so many people that usually you guys don't probably see, but they're working behind the scenes. So, it's easy for us to get the credit, but a lot of that has to go to other people too.
Yeah, like you said, it was Coach Strong. For me personally, it wasn't getting stronger; it was getting faster. And when you get faster, you're usually more explosive. And then Coach Thompson.
Whose idea was the victory lap, and then going all the way out to the hog pen, and also not dogpiling until after Omaha?
Yeah, I wanted to dogpile, but
I
I think me and Maxwell. I threw my glove and I was like, all right, we're dogpiling, but I guess.
We'll just dogpiling on
Yeah, I guess we didn't. So it is what it is.
But was that spontaneous? Going all around the
I
ballpark.
was just following V. V was like,
Yeah, I thought we
let's
were
go
just
run a lap. I thought we were running a lap on the warning track. He said, I'm going to the stands. Just followed him into the stands. And it was cool. It's fun to share those experiences with your fans. Think of the early spring when the weather's like crappy and 35 degrees and chilly, and there's still a ton of people here. We have unbelievable support and so much fun to play in crowds like that and play here at Arkansas.
Logan, I know you had some injury issues throughout the season. Then to have your performance today, not just the Grand Slam, but just being a triple shy of hitting for the cycle, just what does this performance mean to you to have such a big part in getting the team to Omaha?
Yeah, I'm just super happy for the guys in the clubhouse and being able to be a part of a win that matters and making us go to Omaha.
I guess for any of you who wants to take this, can any of y'all just speak to the job that the pitching staff did this weekend to maybe allow y'all to kind of swing away?
Yeah, they've done a great job this postseason, really all year. They've got good stuff. They fill the zone. They've always give us a shot to stay in the game, so they're awesome. I know Wood probably didn't have his best stuff, but he competed like he always does. So, and one thing that's really awesome with him, as soon as his appearance is done, he becomes a teammate and he just cheers us on. So, they've done it all year.
Any more questions? Grab us up, Hutch.
For Cam or any of you, I'm curious, Liam Doyle, SEC Pitcher of the Year, y'all have hit him pretty good, both twice, the regular season and today. Just kind of what was the key to that?
When you've done something once, you can go back and look at the video and just visualize in your head. Coach Thompson and Coach Warnes had great plans for us. It was a great hitters meeting. I don't know, you just go out there and taxi the ball, hit it hard.
That's one, Matt.
Yeah, you guys opened to a pretty big lead by the 7th. What were just those last few innings like, just with the emotions and just, almost the certainty of it?
Yeah, I feel like it was pretty calm. We knew we still had to get, 9 outs, 6 outs, 3 outs. We were just taking 1 out at a time, and we didn't really make it a bigger deal than it was until we got that last one.
Cam, where we going?
We're going to Omaha!
Going home.
Right.
Sleep over at the Coastal's. What? Might have to double bunk or something because it's not a very big house.
You can stay.
Kids live in that house. We'll make it all work.
Yeah.
Hutch, go ahead.
Dan, I'm curious what it meant to you to see, Vahiva lead the charge, of the
Yeah.
players going up and being amongst the fans and everything afterward.
No, it's pretty cool. I thought it was neat that those guys, you know, were thinking of the fans and all the support they've gotten all year. It's been amazing. You know, the last couple of weekends has been just crazy here. It's been great. It's been talked about nationally, and you know, we have a lot of recruits that are watching, and I'm hoping that they want to be a part of it. And you know, you just, it's different here.
What was your perspective on Logan's Grand Slam? Did you think it had a chance to get out off the bat?
I know the park pretty good. The wind's out of the southwest the way it was. It was out of the west, and it was southwest, and it's only, you know, 7-8 miles an hour, not even that. But when he first hit it, I thought it was going. Then about halfway, I didn't think it was going to go. And then then I just have to just watch their outfielder, and I thought he's going to catch it right at the fence. And when it got out, it was, you know, we were all of a sudden, instead of a couple 3-run lead, all of a sudden we got a 7-run lead. And I mean, obviously it was huge, and then it became a game of matching up, and you know, if our bullpen can do a better job than their bullpen, we'll win the game. And yeah, it was big. But when it left the bat, I thought it was, just because I know the left-handed slice with that breeze will go a little farther than normal. I thought it had, you know, riders yesterday, I didn't think it was going. This one I did, but then I didn't. So yeah, it was what a swing, what a gift.
What did you think of Wood overall, and then what was happening in the fourth that you got him maybe a little soon?
Yeah, well, he's pitching behind a little bit, and he was right around 50 pitches, but he wasn't getting a lot of swing and misses. And we just had everybody available. We thought, okay, if he goes out and he starts locating and dropping that curveball in there, but one time it was in there, the other time it was just up, hanging. And you know, I don't know how many strikeouts he had. 0. Yeah, so that was what we saw. That's what I talked to Coach Hobbs about. So we just felt like we would just mix it up. We got all these guys. We got the lead. Let's go for it. That's what we did.
I don't know if it's more special that Tony was on the other side, but what did it maybe mean to you, and some words y'all might have shared?
Yeah, just that, you know, I hated that one of us had to lose, honestly. I mean, Tony did a great job when he came in here and recruited some really good players, and then left, and you know, we stayed good. And I told him that, you know, you helped us get this thing going again. We had a couple of years that we didn't go great. They were just okay. And he helped bring some good players in here, coached them up, and, you know, then he got him a great job, and obviously done a tremendous job there. But, you know, that we've maintained it and accelerated it even more. Yeah, so that's probably basically what I said.
You get the water bath out in the field, and then you get the new hat, and then you're lifting the trophy. What were you kind of thinking in that moment?
Just a little bit of relief, to be honest with you. You know, the last couple of years have been a little tough, and losing on your own field. So, relief.
Tony was saying that he thinks that this is the most complete lineup in the SEC. It feels like we've been asking you all season, but why is that so, especially now?
We just foul off pitches. We just fight you. We get your pitch count up, and you know, we do a good job. You know, we just battle, and it starts with Davelin at the top. I mean, his first at bat, kind of like the whole game, man. If it was 6-7 pitches, he gets hit. You know, and we're just hard to get out, you know, and that's what I see, and it takes a little time, a lot of times, and especially, you know, the last 5 games. I mean, that's what we've done. We've gotten pitchers' pitch counts up big time, and you know, gotten just enough hits. I mean, we didn't have a great day today. We had a good lead because of we worked some walks, and we got a fly ball that blew out of the park and got some separation. But even on a day where we're not hitting line drives all over the field, we still have a chance to score.
Were you surprised they lifted Doyle a little early in the game?
What did he throw? 72 pitches or so, 73. I figured he would go maybe 90, and I think that they saw that maybe he was laboring a little bit. You never know what's going on in the dugout over there. I mean, you got to give him credit. He pitched last Friday, he pitched on Monday, threw 30 more pitches, so he threw, I don't know, 140 pitches in 4 days, got 5 days rest, and here he is trying to save their season for him. A lot of stress. It's hot. I think they did a nice job taking care of him.
You've been going to Omaha, quite a bit in your career, and obviously the emotions today. I mean, is it something special about this group of players? Is it, what you mentioned, the home defeats the past couple of years?
Yeah, I've said this all year that this is a special group. I mean, these guys have fun. They get along. They're fun to coach. They're fun to be around. I mean, they got some personality, and Aloy, who doesn't talk a whole lot, next thing you know is he's leading the train up through the stands. So I don't know. I mean, that's what that's what you get. And it would have been hard for me. This good a team didn't get to Omaha without winning a championship somewhere. They didn't win a trophy. They didn't get a ring. They didn't get the SEC championship. They didn't get the tournament championship. I mean, if we'd have lost this series, it'd have been like, that's the best team that didn't do anything here. And now it's one of the best teams that's ever come through here. You never know how it's going to go from here, but they're down to the Final 8, and that's a championship to me. You get to Omaha, that's big.
It's only 2 of 50 games this weekend, but can there, even this late in the season, be like a confidence boost because of who you beat, the pitchers that you went up against this weekend?
I mean, I don't know why you couldn't, because Tennessee, if you just go you go around the infield and the outfield and catching and the pitchers, talent everywhere. They match up with anybody in the country. Some years it doesn't go exactly like you scripted, I guess, because you know how good you are. But yeah, we can beat Tennessee. I mean, Creighton had a really good team, and we made them look like they were just average. They're a good team, and they thought they were going to win that regional. And watching video and some stuff, and I know some of their coaches, I saw them in the weight room before it started, and I said, you guys are going to beat Kansas tomorrow. And they're like, yeah, we know we are. And, that's what I see, I guess. That's what I do a little bit. I'm not always right, but they had a good team. And then, obviously, it's just different when you have to, 2.5, 3 weeks later, you're playing the same team you just finished with, defending national champion, and they're between you and, the trip to Omaha. It was, I thought the players handled it really well. I've tried to deflect all the outside noise from them, the pressure. I didn't want them to feel pressure. I just kept telling them that. I just want you to just play. And, they did it.
Is Jimenez okay?
Yeah, I think it wasn't his elbow, and that's where he had surgery before. It was more up in here. We think he might have just kind of cramped up a little bit. So he told me he was fine.
And then what can you say about maybe what Gibbler's done all year to bring him in, first one out of the pen in that situation?
We felt bad he didn't pitch last weekend. We almost brought him in with the game in hand against Creighton just to get him in, so we get him in the regional, because we knew we were going to need him this weekend. But I told Coach, I said, he's fine. He'll be fine when we put him in. I mean, that's how much confidence I have in him now. He's hard to hit.
Hey, Coach, on Friday you mentioned between two teams like Tennessee and Arkansas that execution would be so key. Can you mention maybe some things that especially stood out about your team the last 2 days?
I don't know. I mean, I think about how Kojiel scored on that wild pitch yesterday, or pass ball, whatever it was, but it didn't roll from me to the end of the table. But he did everything right, and his lead, his walking lead, he kept his weight forward. And when he saw the ball down, he took a couple more steps, and he saw it scored out there, and he scored. That was huge. And then, it seemed like yesterday that somebody fought for a walk, and then Davlin gets up, he gets a hit, 2 outs. Those are the little things, as far as, we didn't make any errors in 2 games. I mean, yesterday we didn't catch a ball, I guess scored it in there. Ball was sinking and diving to the left. Pitcher had a no-hitter at the time. Then they hit a 2-run homer. I saw that we didn't panic. We just came back in and did our thing. there weren't a lot of plays for me to like maybe evaluate that or judge, kind of what your question is, because I don't think that Tennessee didn't do something that we did and that made a difference. I just think that, maybe we got the hits that they didn't.
Logan's dealt with some injury issues throughout the season, and then for him to have the day he had today, just what does that kind of say about him to come back from those struggles and have the performance he did?
He had a really good fall when he got here. Then he hurt his leg kind of very end fall ball. We dealt with it all off season. Like he was going to be okay, and then he tweaked it again, and it changes our lineup because I like that left-handed bat there. And after the right-handed hitter, and he's just a tough out. He fouls off pitches. He can bunt. He's just he's kind of that guy. He can hit, and he can hit left-handed pitchers. You don't have to move him because left-on-left situations down the order. To have him fight through it, he really wanted to play. This is his last season. He wanted to get healthy, and he rehabbed hard, and, he'd be up front with me if it was bothering him, and I'd always talk to him during the games. You all right? You good? I mean, I could have put in another outfielder for defense that may be a little faster than him, but I just felt like I wanted him to be on the field when we won. I wanted him to celebrate.
How tough is it to sweep 5-0 to go to Omaha, and what does that say about this special group?
I think that, I think we were all disappointed that we didn't win that game against Ole Miss in the tournament. I mean, we just didn't do anything. We got there, we worked out, we spend the night, we play, we lose, we come back. It's kind of like, did we even go? I mean, we didn't play good. We didn't. That first inning, we hadn't done that all year. We had 2 double play balls. We didn't turn any of them. It turned it into what, 3 runs, 5 runs? I don't remember. Yeah, and so we were just chasing them the whole game, and but it gave me the opportunity to talk about how one player, one pitch, I always talk about, can change the whole game. And but yeah, to come back and focus in, because obviously the last couple of years, the team didn't focus in. They were drifting, thinking about this, thinking about what am I going to be doing? Am I going to get drafted? Am I going to this? And this team, man, they stayed hooked up, locked up, and and we've talked about that, but they did it. It's easy, and they're talented, but it doesn't surprise me we won 5 in a row.
The decision they made to walk Davalon led the Dominoes to the Grand Slam. Any surprise there? Maybe what does that say about Davalon?
Well, I mean, he was scary the last few. When he's on, and when it went 2-0, I mean, the coaches were over there going, he's going to get a fastball and he's going to cheat to it, and he did. Now they did a mound visit, so I didn't know if they would have maybe told him something like, hey, let's not throw a fastball down the middle. This guy's going to hammer it. And they did, and he hammered it, and jump-started us there. But, yeah, when that inning, came around, and that was probably still stuck in their brain a little bit. And he had a good day yesterday, got the big hit that gave us the 4-2 lead instead of 3-2, ended up being the difference in the game. And Eloy had gone out of the zone a little bit. I think he was pressing, trying to do too much, and then they hit him 1-2, and then he flipped one over the fence there, and all of a sudden we had a big lead. It was great.
What do you think of Cam going back to Omaha? I mean, he's clearly a, scruffy baseball player.
Yeah.
Who reads
He's a little bit of a
plays.
throwback. He's tough. He's not scared. He works hard. He knows that he doesn't have all the gifts that that some guys have, but he's strong and he has good hand-eye coordination. His hands are good, and he's a really good teammate and a good leader. I think I love it. I love having. I mean, you think about 2004, I had a guy named Bubs Merrill from Omaha, and he got to go back there. And Jake Duggar was on that team. He was from Omaha. These are kids that I kind of knew about when I took the job down here because I knew the state of Nebraska pretty good. And then we got to get them back there, and but yeah, it's always neat when a kid from the state of Nebraska, or especially Omaha, gets to go to the College World Series and be a player in that situation.
Hey, Dave, if you addressed this and I missed it, I'm sorry, but when Fisher grounded into that double play, I mean, how big of a momentum swing maybe in the game did you feel like that was?
It's huge. Base loaded, no outs. Maybe one of the best hitters in the country at the plate. Was that the situation? I may be thinking wrong now. It's a ground ball to second. We turn double play. Now they got a runner on third. They got one in. It's 2-1. And then we get that out. And the dugout, it erupted on our side, just giving up one. And, yeah, I mean, that could have been the game right there. They hit a ball in the gap and, a little momentum with them, gets a little loud over there and gets a little crazy.
You've always incorporated your families into these World Series celebrations. Does it mean anything extra to have grandkids with you tonight?
Yeah, well, it'll be good pictures for them to see down the road. Hopefully I'm here to share them with them. But, yeah, I saw Claire starting to walk there. She just started walking this week. It's unbelievable. They're crawling everywhere, but no, it's special, and just having my family there on the field is pretty cool. And we have a pretty tight knit group of coaches and family. We get along, and my coaches are extremely loyal to me, and I'm loyal to them, and obviously their wives know that, and you can tell that we all genuinely care about each other, and it's really cool when we get to celebrate like that together.
You always say how hard it is to get up to Omaha, but you're going back to 2009. You've never gone more than 3 years without having a team go up there. I mean, what do you think that says about your program?
Yeah, it's exciting that that if you're a freshman and you came in here and you stayed here, you're going to probably get to go to Omaha once at least. We had a heartbreaker here in 21. I started thinking about it after the game, and I hadn't thought about it at all. I guess the last time that we've won a super regional here was 15. That's 10 years, I think. Am I right there? 19. Yeah, there we go. See, I was wrong. But it just seems like a long time, especially when what happened in 21, and then we went on the road. The team was on a mission in 22. And that was sweet winning on the road. And I even mentioned it after the 21 loss that we're gonna make up for this one day, and we're gonna go on the road and steal one. And we did it the next year. And then the two tough years that played really good during the season, but we didn't feel like we had like a superstar team. We might have had a couple of really good players. We didn't have the depth, or we weren't the team that this one was. And like I said, it would have been hard to lose and not get to Omaha with this bunch. It would have been just almost heartbreaking for me and the coaches, because we all feel this way about the team.
Coach, congrats.
Okay, man.
I'm on.